Welcome back, my fellow duplicants. In the last episode here, we were able to get the liquid hydrogen system up and running, and I've just about filled all 3 of these liquid fuel tanks here, which is quite a bit of liquid hydrogen. So we can go ahead and fire this thing up and send it off to its destination, which is way, way out here. And that's actually going to be the one that's going to bring us back some tungsten and wolframite. How about that? So that's all the way out there at a distance of 150,000 kilometers. So we are running hydrogen, and I am trying to take 1 cargo bay out there. So as you can see right here, it takes 2,278 kilograms of fuel. Although I can bring up to 2,700 kilograms of fuel, so there's a good chance I can bring some research with me as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So if I take a couple research modules with me, I can study the upper atmosphere and the lower atmosphere right there, maybe potentially uncovering some of these other question marks right here. Although I should be able to see what comes out of the rocket on its way back. Some of the other destinations here, this one's really not all that exciting. We do have a volcanic planet right there. Bringing back magma is kind of an interesting idea because, yeah, essentially it would be in a liquid tank, at least, which would allow you to pipe liquid magma. There's some stuff we could do with that. Oh! You know what? If we use the trick where we don't have a phase change for anything that's under 1 kilogram of liquid in a pipe, we could bring this back at whatever its temperature is, 1800 degrees Celsius or something, and drive it all the way down to 125 degrees Celsius and just get a ton of work out of that within the pipe and then just dump it out the other end as a rock. Wow. Hold up. 170,000. 278. Yeah. All right. I'm going to try that. We'll get rid of this cargo bay. We're going to bring back liquid magma. Now the pipes are going to be a problem because it will want to kind of change temperature of the pipes that it's in. All right, so how much insulated material can I make here? I've got plenty of iso resin. I've got a decent amount of reed fibers. We're just going to max that out. We're going to make as much insulation as possible. By the way, the temperature over here in the space base is nice and cool. A nice 23 degrees Celsius. That's looking pretty good. All right, so there's a couple of ideas that I'm working through right here. Essentially, I'm going to try to connect these 2 rails together so we can do all of that shipping and see if we get a power increase from combining 2 different silos together. The one over here on the right is already at 300 and some degrees Celsius. It does get even hotter than that. So I want to see just how much power we get out of 2 rather than 1. The other thing is, if I can make enough insulated material, we will bring back some magma and potentially turn that into power just for the sake of seeing what we can do with that. So hopefully I can knock that out in this episode. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. It's a very, very long trip when you're talking about 170,000 kilometers out there and back. Like, this is incredible. All right, so the spirit of Val is going to be pointed at the volcanic planet way out there. Does it tell me how long it's going to take? No, it doesn't. Not until you launch. However, this means I need another pilot. So, who wants to volunteer for a very long, boring job? Any takers? You're gonna awesome? I think that's you, man. Congrats. You moved up from grilling to rocket navigation. This also means I should bring in another duplicant. Wow, another early bird. Albie, welcome to the base, and thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. Let's see, do you even have a cot? I don't think you do at the moment. We're gonna have to build another bedroom for you. I'm actually working on the farm bedrooms that are all the way down here. So I've dug this out, and I have a lot of sweeping commands that are currently queued up. That's kind of why the frames are a little bit lower at the moment. More or less, the farmers are going to live right down here. I think that's a good spot for them, and this will be kind of their kitchen area. I feel it's fitting, considering there's already a little table there. It's a less convenient spot, location-wise, than this spot over here on the left, but it's a larger area, so I could probably fit a couple of farmers down there. Plus, there's a couple of biomes that I can use for farming, so it'd be this one, all of this, and possibly these 2 if I want to do those as well. I'm not doing any mushrooms at the moment, so this would be a good spot for mushrooms. Plus, there's yet some sort of geyser down here. Oh, and the last thing here that I've kind of been working on is I gave these poke shells a place to go. That's the reason why they were building up down here, and I didn't have anywhere where to put them. Matter of fact, it seems like it's still kind of a problem as they're beating up on pips. But essentially, they had a location where they could go, right? So they could go here or here. That's their first destination. But since they don't drown, as we can see, like this one right down here, they just live underwater. I can't use this as their second location to get rid of the extra critters that I have. So the only spot I can think of where I can send them, if I just need to get rid of the extra poke shells, is right down here. Because it's cold enough where they cannot survive. So they come in at like a good 30 degrees Celsius, but since this is negative 80 degrees down here, they will eventually expire from cold temperatures. Although it's an incredibly long run all the way down there. Are you kidding me? There's more poke shells down here. They're just everywhere. My base is covered in these things. All right, so there we go. Just kind of reworked the rails there a little bit. So it is now shipping all the way over here through all of this stuff and back. Although it doesn't have enough materials on it at the moment. The other thing is I would like for that not to be tungsten. I'd like for it to be something different if I could make that work. So with that in mind, I've noticed that the temperatures here really don't go over 500 degrees Celsius. So I think I can go ahead and use something a little bit different than tungsten on the rail. You know what? Aluminum ore looks like a good candidate here. Thermal conductivity of 20, capacity of 0.9, temperature 1000 degrees Celsius. That's actually better than solid aluminum, which would actually melt at a lower temperature. 660 is kind of, might be vulnerable, at least when the rocket first launches. So if I could do aluminum ore, I think that'd be all right. And I should have a fair amount of that on hand. Let's take a look. Yeah, 31,000. So that should do the job. Can't really find the comment, but there was one comment talking about how we could pre-cool this hydrogen here so that it actually condenses a little bit faster inside of our liquid hydrogen system. So I think one thing I'm going to try to do is take this hydrogen here that's currently at 60 degrees Celsius. We're going to first run it past the liquid oxygen system, which currently has some extra capacity, so that should drop the temperatures quite a bit before then running up here. I'm curious to see what kind of numbers we'll actually end up with, because I don't really want to cool it too much, but if we can take, I don't know, maybe 100 C off of it, that might be worth investigating. Because when we really look at how much the thermal aqua tuner can do, it has extra capacity when we're talking about liquid oxygen, but not quite as much when we're talking about hydrogen. So maybe use a little bit of this, move it a little over here, balance the two out a little bit more. That's my thought. Okay, well, the pinch row thing is not really working out, unfortunately, so I think we'll try to just hatch as many pinch rows as I need, and then we'll just crack the ones I don't. Because it sure is taking a long time for these dudes to expire down there. Not to mention, it's just a long run. Yeah, see, at least then I get some food out of them. So, raw eggs. So I can just keep one or two in the incubators over here and then just crack the rest of the eggs. At least that's my thought. We'll see how it works. Alright, so I'm going to want to unload this rail over here on the left. We don't really need that anymore. I might even just retire all of this too. Try to finish up the rail, connect everything. It is one really, really long rail though. It's kind of like weird and snaky. Like it just goes all the way over here, back over there, down, 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 whatever. A little bit weird, but I think it'll be alright. Alright, there we go. Emptying out one of these. Shipping rails, that's good. I just needed to get all of that tungsten out of there. Which it looks like I've done, so we could just get rid of that. And then we'll just kind of pick this stuff up. This aluminum ore and put it back in there. Maybe. Alright, so here we go. The shipping line is connected right there. We'll get rid of that piece because we don't need it. And try to snip that off as well. There we go. Boom. So now this thing is just about done. Look at that. Humongous conveyor line. All the way over here and back over here to the left. Huge. Now, the temperatures are going to be kind of a weird thing. So the temperatures up here in space are about 200 degrees Celsius. Some of the stuff going through these doors, it's basically going to try to average all of this stuff out. So heat can be added from space. Heat can be added from the rockets. Heat can be added from the doors. All of this finds its way back to the steam turbine right over here. However, based on this arrangement, I think I might want to flip the bridges so that it runs in reverse. Because I think the hottest temperatures are going to come from the rocket here. And the coolest temperatures should come over here from the doors. So, yeah, let's flip the bridges and see what happens here. All right, I'm also going to clear all this stuff out. Yeah, I don't really need it. We'll hook up something else to cool the base down here. Plus, since it's already cool, it's going to stay cool for a while now. Oh, you know what's interesting? This is a helium giant. It has hydrogen, water on it, niobium, but I wonder if you can bring back helium gas. That is actually an element in the game, but I've never actually found it on the map. Not that I really know what to use it for, but I could think of some uses for it. Man, this is one huge conveyor rail. Look at that. And there we go, adding more to it. You can see there's one piece of tungsten right there. You can always keep an eye on at least where that is. Oh, there's tons and tons of aluminum on that. I tell you what, let's go ahead and launch off the hydrogen rocket here. Even if it does come back with liquid and everything inside of it, it's not going to go anywhere if I don't have the pipes hooked up to it. So it should just sit in the tank. So even if I don't have the infrastructure built up in order to do something with the magma, it'll at least still be here. What else can we bring back from that planet? No, I don't care about those. It's all about that magma. All right, so there we go. I have one complete conveyor rail, or just about. I mean, it's got a small gap there, but that's okay. It keeps it running nice and smooth. And it's pulling all of this heat in from up here, from over there. That's pretty impressive. All right, let's throw our duplicants back inside of here, launch them off, see just how much power we get out of this. I do see that these steam turbines up top, they are running quite often. This one just never turns off, which is good. Take a look at the temperatures. 212 right there, 220. This rocket's ready to go. And there goes the other rocket. Boosh. Now, I'm not capturing any of the heat from the hydrogen rocket, at least right now. Except for this spot right down here. So I might be able to do something with this, but I'm not too comfortable with trying to make another chamber like this for the hydrogen rocket. I might. I'm pretty sure it gives off steam. So I might actually be able to just put steam turbines right there and just run it right through. That would be pretty cool. Could do that, maybe. I don't know if the pipes would like that though. No astronaut assigned. Okay, so you have some priorities that are messed up, don't you, Mr. Erica Mossum? There, now you can't do anything. There you go, bud. Your job is to operate, and that means fly. Dude, I'm waiting on you. How about you wake up and fly? Where are you going, man? Well, you don't want to fly. You're supplying fabrication materials. Interesting. Mr. Awesome. You couldn't have possibly gone to a further location than where you need to go, man. Hey. Well, I understand you don't like poke shells. I need you to fly, so how about you just move all the way up here? How about that, man? No, you don't want to do a molecular forge. I mean, it's closer. I'm glad somebody wants to do the molecular forge, but I'd rather you operate the rocket. You know, think about your life choices. No! There you go. Yep. Try it now. Ha! Gotcha. Oh, gosh. Are you kidding me? Cancel deconstruct. Oh, I had a save error where I was putting in an automation wire and it dragged out the automation deconstruct tool, but it applied to everything. Don't deconstruct everything. Please, duplicates. You're deconstructing my shipping rail. No. All right, here we go. I had forgotten about this. Let's take a look at pre-cooling hydrogen. So the hydrogen that's inside of here right now is negative 210, but this stuff right down here, this is like 47. So as that stuff moves through, the 47 stuff, it's coming out at negative 140. So it actually is dropping 100 degrees Celsius. Really nice. Now, what's that doing to the temperatures inside of the gold? It's coming up a little bit. It is increasing. We'll see if something explodes here. And then as that's finding its way into this chamber, oh, that is running nearly 1 kilogram per second right there. It's actually running pretty quick. You can see that it is 1, 2, space. I don't know. I think there's something to pre-cooling hydrogen, but it wasn't enough to make like a humongous difference. Honestly, it feels like it's doing the exact same thing. Oh, whoa, hello! I guess this thing's ready to run. I was working on the automation signal here, hooking everything up to the space scanners and then reworking the automation signals, but I guess I left that one on the go button. So there we go. We're ready to roll. Boom! So we're off, our very first hydrogen rocket flying off into deep space. Yeah, and take a look at this stuff. Steam at 2,300 degrees Celsius. Woo! Now that's some hot stuff, but it is steam. So you know what that means. That means if we really want to, and I mean really want to, we can take that steam and we can capture it. And we can capture it through the use of steam turbines. Apparently the gantry was not hooked up to the automation signal just yet. Oh, maybe it was. But the power was not hooked up. Oh well. How many cycles do you have to repair that one, duplicates? 46! Oh! Well, we're not gonna see that rocket for a while. Not enough materials. Crap, I don't have enough obsidian. What else can I pick up? Whatever. We'll queue it all up as obsidian. We'll just get more of it. Temperature shift plates. Yeah, we don't need them in this situation. We just need to block everything up. Boom, just like this. Now. Well, actually, you know what? That is enough room. Ish. Enough room-ish. I wasn't even thinking about doing this until right now. That's all right. Maybe I'll just put it on the other side. Power. Now, steam's going to be really hot when it goes to flow in there. So I will have to automate it via doors, won't I? Or I could just live with it. Just be happy. All right, so you know I got to automate it a little bit. So we'll do some doors like that. And then we'll insulate the bottom of it like this. And depending on the temperature right here, then I can determine whether or not it is hot enough to open up the other doors, right? That'll be cool. And then the output of this, water, will go back and feed electrolyzers so that I can produce more hydrogen and I can produce more oxygen. Yeah! You know, every 50 cycles or whatever. And maybe it launches not so far all the time, you know? We can do closer stuff with hydrogen. It doesn't all have to be way out there at the end of the galaxy. Okay, the only thing I see about this is... hold up. We can... Here we go. We'll tighten this up a little bit. Boom, right there. Boom. That's what... Perfect. So what do you think? Do you think this will actually work? I think it has a chance of working. Aha! Here's where I can find some more obsidian. Right there. I have several tons of it. Alright, so today I was able to actually clean up this right here, that was good, and also able to connect the conveyor rail all into one system over here. So now that's all running to these steam turbines right there. And you can see that this one is running pretty much all the time, so that's good. I'll need to hook up another unit to kind of cool this base down so that it doesn't actually get hot over a long time. But for now, it's doing just fine. The other thing is we were able to launch off our hydrogen rocket today, so that is well on its way, way out here, to pick up some magma, and that should be interesting. In the meantime, though, my dupes are going to have to build all of this, which is going to take a very, very long time. So I think I'll let the game here play for a little bit, and we'll come back to it tomorrow. So that's all I got time for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. Thanks for watching. If this looks like the channel for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.